All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. This is Pastor Dow, and I'm here because I want to talk to you about something here. I want you to listen to me very closely. I'm sure many of you are already familiar with the man that was trying to warn the police of whatever was going on, and he was running to the police, and the police shot him dead. I mean, manslaughter. Just literally killed a man. An innocent person who's trying to help somebody. The police shot him dead. And I'm bringing this up because I want you to understand something. I want you to listen to me real close. They're not telling us what it is. And some of you people who used to be policemen, you need to let the general public know what it is that they're teaching you in the academy and these ongoing classes or these correspondences that y'all having, because it's obvious that the system is against the people. And it's obvious that when you meet the majority of police officers, that they have a chip on their shoulder and they hate the general public. And they have put some type of fear inside of these people. I'll give you an example. If a policeman even sees or senses what he calls a threat, you could not even be going for a gun, but they teach them to shoot first, ask questions later. Now see if you can do the same thing. I mean, you can do it because they can't stop you from doing anything that you want to do. But that is the way that these police officers are trained. Shoot first, ask questions later. Don't worry about it. We got the system set up. Since you work for the crown, you work for the king, we're going to take care of you. You don't have to worry about it. Everything that any charges that come your way, police officer, you will be acquitted. And that's just the sentiments. That's the reason why people can't trust the police. And that's the reason why people don't have a lick of confidence in the police whatsoever at all. Because they can murder people and get by with it. And it's just a little sad shame. Well, then we jump from that story to another story. And what is this story? Well, I want you to listen to me real close. This story has to do with a Navy guy killing anywhere between 12 and 14 people. But listen to this. Now, this is where a lot of you fall off the apple cart when I start talking like this. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about something that most of you people out there avoid, especially those of you who claim to be followers of the book, followers of the Messiah. You say you believe the Bible, but when we get into areas like this, you have no answers and you have no solutions. And I'm going to make a statement here for a second. I want you to listen to me very, very closely, because you see, you cannot solve spiritual problems with natural means. It just cannot be done. And if people are going to continue to keep ignoring the spiritual warfare side, all these are going to continue to keep happening. Because the system is inadequate. They can't answer someone who has spiritual problems, because the only thing they have is natural. They can only mask. The system is designed to mask symptoms and disease. Because, think about it. There's no laws on the book for witchcraft. I mean, you can practice all the witchcraft, send all the curses you want all over the place, and they cannot come and arrest you. You can do seances, kill cats, chickens, or whatever you think, bury people, draws in the front yard, or whatever you think you can do to put a hoodoo or voodoo on somebody. And there's nothing that the system can do. They're just not equipped to deal with stuff like that. And you might ask, well, why are you going in all this, Pastor Doc? Well, the Navy guy that ended up getting killed by police after he had killed 14 people, I think he got killed, terminated. He told them that he was hearing voices. Did y'all hear what I said? He told them they were hearing voices. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell the truth. There's not a person on this earth that does not hear voices in their head. Oh, they may not have force of strength, but we all hear clear communication in our minds. We all hear things enticing us, tempting us, persuading us to do anything, to try to get us to do their bidding. And a lot of times it's, again, if you one of these shallow Bible readers, and you like going to these churches where you like ignoring the spiritual side, you ain't going to understand the thing I say. You're going to continue to keep ignoring it. But, you know, these voices, the majority of them, demonic spirits, are talking in people's head. And they think that it originates with them, but sometimes they get powerful. And the churches are inadequate. They're not equipped. Most of the Hebrew Israelite movements are not equipped. They ignore this. The Messianic, you can forget it. They really gone. And the Christians, forget about it. And Judaism, they got their own witchcraft through the Kabbalah and stuff. So anyway, they ain't going to believe in that stuff. But anyway, what I'm getting to is this. Deliverance, real true deliverance, a deliverance minister and preacher. I'm also one of them because Pastor Dow cast out devils. And I know that most of you people don't like that because the majority of people are really so much influenced by devils that they don't even call them devils, that the devils have found a habitation and found a home inside the bodies of a lot of these people. And so that's the reason why most people refuse to get deliverance themselves, because they're hosting devils, demonic spirits, and they've been functioning throughout their lives. And they have hidden in people's personalities for so long that people have actually taken their nature on for themselves. Ownership, total, complete ownership. And when you try to tell people that the way you're talking, the way you're thinking is demonically inspired, they get offended and they're going to end up attacking you and making you an enemy, because, you know, the people that's not going to accept the fact that you got people out here hearing voices that's telling them to do things, and they go do it, and then they end up killing people, losing their lives. You know, the Bible says the thief cometh not but to steal, kill, and to destroy. And then they end up getting shot and killed. And nobody has solutions for these things. There's not enough drugs on the planet to mind numb these people, to make the voices go away. There's not enough anything except one thing: obeying what that book says by deliverance. Just straight up deliverance, which many of you people just continue to keep ignoring. You know, you cannot solve spiritual problems with natural means. And you're not going to do it. You just flat ain't going to do it. And the only thing that the medical profession can do, you know, in 99% of the instances is just give you pills to cope. They give you pills to manage your disease. They don't heal it. They don't heal it. They don't eradicate it. So therefore they don't have solutions. And of course I have this philosophy that if you are not part of the solution, then you're part of the problem. And no doubt we have a lot of problems going on in our society that we're living in today. So we need to start reevaluating a lot of things. And I'm going to make a suggestion. If you don't understand what I'm saying, you need to spend some time listening to what I'm saying. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not like all these rest of these bootlicking jackleg preachers. I'm not going to tell you the things that you like to hear. I'm not gonna make you feel like that you've done Yah service by coming through the front door and that we need you. No, that ain't the way it works. But this man heard voices. A lot of people died. He tried to tell the system. The system didn't want to hear him. They have no answers for him. So they can't tell him anything. You know, they can't do anything. So they ignore him. He goes off on his rampage. He kills all these people. And what do you got now? You got a bunch of dead folks on your hands. And my condolences go out to all the people who have lost loved ones at the hands of this person that's demonically inspired. But, you know, the people to blame is the system and the churches. They're to blame. Because you got people like me that's trying to tell you exactly what's going on. And people just marginalize and just totally ignore people like me. They love calling people like me a crackpot, kook, cult, fanatic, all, you know, the superlatives you can come up with. You just make it up. Not only. But then you hear them attack my character. You see them try to assassinate my character and the ministry. But when you really truly listen to the noise that they're putting out, the truth is this: they are refusing to deal with the facts that I'm putting forth. And so you, the people out there, need to be in tuned, and you need to take heed to how you hear. You need to be in tuned with what people are saying. When you see people attacking the truth that I'm saying, and the only thing they can do is try to assassinate my character, they are avoiding the solution. They are avoiding the truth. They are sidestepping the truth. They're not dealing with the real issues at hand. And that's what we got all the time. People are so offended today that they never deal with facts. They always deal with feelings and emotions. They could care less about truth. Matter of fact, in their own personal vocabulary, they say to hell with truth. They never deal with the facts. They always sidestep. You watch these talk shows out there, they'll question people, and the people will turn around and give them facts. And they're trying to get the audience all emotionally aroused and disturbed in order to persuade them off of the course of the truth. And we're easily manipulated. We are easily coerced because we've been trained by this system. We've been going to public food for 12 years, and then we go and pay them to dumb us down even more with higher education, they call it. And then you get somebody to think independently. You get somebody who tries their best to open up the minds and the conscious, through hearing the truth and stimulate your thought. Because the first thing you're going to experience when you listen to someone like me is extreme anger. You're going to be upset. And then you're going to go and try to prove me wrong. And then you're going to find out in your research that I was right. And then you're going to find out that I've been a friend to you the whole time. I've been a true watchman. But I'm telling you what, the society that we live in now, I am sure that this type of consciousness is deeply and socially embedded in the subconscious of men's mind. And I don't think there's nothing that people can do to remove it from their mind because it's so ingrained and so entrenched. I think it's going to take some serious spiritual evaluation in order to wake us up out of sleep. Most people wake up to the truth of what's going on with the government, but they never wake up to the truth of themselves. And there is a reality that for sure, as we are breathing right now, that you may think that we're living in a life right now, but it's really like the Matrix. But a real true life, eternal life, really begins when the breath go out of our bodies. And I know people would rather ignore all this. Hey, that's your prerogative. I'm a man. I get along easy with people, but you can continue to keep choosing to ignore that there is a life after this, and you can choose to ignore the principles that are written down in that book, the commandments, the laws, and the statutes. And it's your prerogative. Live your life the way you want to, but know this: it is appointed unto man that he will live, but it is also appointed that he will die. And after that comes the judgment. So whether you choose to stick your head in the proverbial sand, ignore facts. I don't believe there are facts. Hey, I'm not a contentious man. Hey, you want to be ignorant? You have a right to be ignorant. But know this, you're going to pay for that ignorance. So it's high time for you to wake up out of sleep. Now, if you got ears to hear, you heard what I said. You may not understand everything that I'm saying, but you've heard what I said. And I would tell you this: he that have ears to hear, it says let. That means you allow yourself to hear. But when your feelings speak louder than the truth, when your emotions speak louder than the truth, you are dull of hearing. And nobody, no matter what amount of evidence people can mount, no matter how much facts they can give you, it still ain't going to be enough when the noise in your head means more to you than the facts that are on the table. We're mind numbed. So we're jacked up as a society. No doubt about it. We are jacked up as a society. It's getting increasingly more difficult to help people because people have went about to establish their own truth and their own righteousness. As a matter of fact, those of you who believe in the creator universe, you value your opinion, and you are valuing your emotions, and you are valuing your own personal truth above that which is written. Now, I'm the type of man, I don't think any man or any woman above that which is written. Now, we ain't no different than any other society or culture that has come. We're definitely not better. As a matter of fact, we have more and we're worse off than the other cultures in society that came on before us who had less. I mean, it's just a reality. See, that is a fact. That is a fact. But you can continue to keep thinking the way you want. My hope is that you change, because no matter what we do, no matter what we say, the reality is, the truth and the reality of this truth is that this earth is not getting better the older it waxes. As a matter of fact, it's getting worse, and the people are becoming extremely worse themselves. I mean, we're going from bad to worse. And what's after worse? The pit. But we're not going to change all this behavior that's going on. It's going to continue to keep getting worse. And so we got a lot of self-evaluation to do. And I believe me, I'll come in with the knowledge and the full understanding that no matter what I say, no matter the amount of truth and evidence that I share with you, that people are going to be mind numb and stay dumb on purpose. I understand that. And I told you have a right to do that. I'm not offended at all. But don't think that you're going to have too much fellowship with me with that kind of attitude and stuff, because ignorant people are dangerous. Dumb people are dangerous. People who live by their feelings and emotions are dangerous. I mean, them people will step on you to get to their goal. And they could care less about your feelings, your emotions, your self-worth, who you are as a person. I'm telling you, this thing is being set up so that mankind will eliminate and annihilate each other. And I know I just got finished speaking a bunch of spiritual stuff for people out there. I mean, you may like hearing me, but boy, you really had to endure this video to learn the knowledge and the truth that is really going on today, because most people come to hear the social, the political, and the economic side. They definitely don't want to hear what they call the quote-unquote religious side of things, because it's too personal. You ever see the reason why people don't like talking about what they call religion? Because it discerns the heart. It gets too up close and personal, and people would rather look at you than look at themselves. And that's just a fact. All right. Well, anyway, y'all have a blessed day. King Kong.